So sometimes on the Reef Nerd channel, my videos might be a little educational. Sometimes they might be a little bit funny. Sometimes they might even be a little bit sexy. I'd like to think that today's video is all three. If you get to the end of today's video, you will have watched me washing sand in the shower. You will have watched Billy from Starfire Aquatics putting the acrylic on my overflow and waiting for silicone to dry. And perhaps most importantly, you've been warned, if you get to the end of the video, that's on you. Enjoy! So I'm going to be using the Aquarium Systems Paleo Sand, the medium grade or medium coarseness. You can kind of see there how coarse it is. I don't want to go with the really fine stuff because I want to have a lot of flow, and a lot of flow plus really fine sand equals an unhappy sand bed that's constantly being blown around and making a mess. So I'm going to try this coarser stuff and hopefully it stays put a little bit. Now, as many of you know, I live in an apartment and I don't have a backyard. So washing the sand, we're going to be using my shower to do that. And I've poured one bag of this sand, a 5 kilo bag, into this plastic tub. I could probably do more than 5 kilos at a time, but just because this is the first one, I just want to do this as a bit of a test. I think I'm going to need about 50 kilos of sand all up. And yeah, it's pretty simple how I'm going to be washing it. I'm just going to take the shower head there, which is thankfully on quite a long cord, mush it down into here, run the water, let this bucket overflow. When it starts overflowing clear, I'll be saying that's good and rinsed. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Now, as you can see, it's pretty milky. So this is why you need to rinse your sand. Like, I definitely don't want to have to deal with all that going through my roller mat and essentially filtering all of that out in the tank. I'd much rather give this a pre-rinse in the shower now to get the bulk of that out of the sand before it goes in the tank. So yeah, we'll just run this until it overflows. I'll then stir the sand up to get even more of it out, and when it's overflowing from this bucket and it looks clear, I'll say that it's done. Alright, so as you can see, the water's pretty clear now. If I had to guess, I've probably turned over the volume of this bucket maybe 10 times in order to get the water this clear, and I've been mixing the sand continually as well just to speed up the process. But yeah, there's no more debris or dust or fines coming out of this sand. It's good enough for the girls I go out with. So that's bag 1 out of probably like 8 I'm guessing I'm gonna need, maybe 10. In the next few loads, I'll probably do 2 bags at a time rather than 1 bag at a time, so I only need to do this maybe 4 or 5 more times as opposed to 10 more times. But yeah, it's as simple as that. I'm just gonna drain the water out of this. Then I'll carry this bucket of sand down, I can add it to the tank and start on the next one. Yeah, it's It's not a very exciting process. It's pretty slow, but it's worth it in the end of the day, because you don't want any of that like milky milky fines and crud in your tank from day one. It's better to have that already removed when you're starting up a new tank. Isn't that right, Nemo? Oh yeah. Sexy foot alert. Oh yeah. If that wasn't exciting enough, Billy from Starfire Aquatics came over as well with the final pieces of my dream reef tank, being these side panels for the overflow. Now, the overflow on my tank's already structurally complete, being made out of glass, but these acrylic panels are a facade that's actually mounted with about a 5mm spacer, as you can see there, from the core piece of glass. And the purpose of that is to allow for a bottom intake on the weir. You can see there'll be grating down the bottom and up the top. I talked about this a little bit in one of my past videos, and I'll definitely talk about it in more detail again once the tank's actually got water in it, and so I can demonstrate how it actually works. But yeah, it's a fairly complicated design, but this is the final piece of finishing the tank, and you can see Billy's just attaching the first side panel now.
I realize I gotta take it off anyway. Then need to clean the exits on both sides. Yeah.
All right, 2 out of 3 on.
Yeah. Pretty silicone is really harder.
So this is bag number 2, and this is the first rinse, just started. It's just about to start overflowing, as we can see there, and it is milky. But this is the same with pretty much all the sand that you buy. It's going to be really, really dusty. It's just the nature of the product. So you've got to rinse it until you get rid of all this milkiness. You don't want to be adding that to your tank. I mean, it won't harm the tank, but it's just going to tax your filtration extra heavily at the beginning. It's going to take a lot longer for the tank to become clear. So yeah, there's no reason not to rinse it. You don't want this in a brand new tank. You may as well have gotten rid of all of this milky, dusty fines in your fresh sand before you add it to a new tank. So here's another idea. You can use like a pasta strainer like this with sufficiently fine but not too fine mesh on it to really, really filter a small amount of sand but a lot quicker. So you can see the water coming out of that is now crystal clear. So that's may not be the solution for everyone, but I'm doing about 3 things simultaneously. I'm filtering from the bucket, I'm filtering from this, and upstairs in the shower there's another bucket going as well. So you can use lots of techniques, whatever floats your boat, to get it done as quickly or as slowly or as efficiently or as inefficiently as you like. But yeah, I'm doing a bit of everything and kind of just showing you what I'm doing. And once that bit is done. I've got my finished sand here. There. And scoop up another batch.
This is not a very pretty footage to catch, Marcus.
Most of this I'll probably speed up and have it as more like a time lapse.
Yeah.
Okay, so washing sand is my life. We're up to, I don't know, bucket 5 or 6, or I don't even know anymore. But caveman has evolved. I've invented the wooden spoon. So this is a lot easier for stirring the sand than using your hand, which after a while starts to go like real red and raw from stirring this sand. And so what my strategy now is I stir the sand with a wooden spoon until this water starts to run like almost clear, and then I do the final bit with the sieve and the shower head, and putting the finished sand into this bucket, and then taking it downstairs into my main bucket of finished sand when as it's done. That seems to be the balance between manual effort and just letting it run automatically to get this done in a relatively timely manner. So yeah, we've been in the shower, we've been down in the kitchen sink. I found that was pretty slow, just using the sieve and this small bucket in the kitchen sink. back into the shower with a wooden spoon, and yeah, I think this is, for me at least, this hybrid approach with a wooden spoon is the best method. But we're on the home stretch. There's not too many more bags of sand left. Oh yeah, sexy. Well, there you have it. I've washed the sand, the overflow is complete, and it's in the tank. So I think it's looking amazing. Really happy with this slightly coarser grade of sand. Hopefully it will stay put with my gyres, providing a heap of flow, but you know, we'll see. I know sometimes that isn't always the case. Anyway, if you made it this far through the video, well done to you, congratulations. You've just watched like about 16 minutes of me washing sand and watching silicon dry. If you're not already, think about subscribing for more riveting content like this. And not really, I do more interesting videos than this one. So yeah, like the video, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. My name is Marcus, and you've been watching the Reef Nerd YouTube channel.